Hi everyone, it's Kiyoshi, aka OBiGem. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, please do not forget to subscribe, and please do also hit the notification bell so you could be notified for all future videos. And if you like what you see, please do hit the like button so I'm going to keep making content like this. So, as you guys probably figured out from the expression on Yume's face here, she's pregnant. So that last woohoo session at the hot spring reaped some fruit here, and she's pregnant. So she's super excited, though like a little feeling crampy about her new blessing that she's growing. But she's also really excited because she's hopeful that this is the baby boy that she's been wanting. She doesn't know what the gender of the child is yet. She is very traditional, does not want to go get an ultrasound to figure that out. So she is just going to wait and see what the baby is going to be. But little Hana has woken up. She's feeling very, very tense this morning. So she's just been having a bad go of things. If you guys will remember from the last episode, she's been feeling kind of weird because Kiyoshi's been hitting her up a lot, and it's been impacting her every day. She's been messing up a little bit at school, and all of those things are kind of a perfect storm together that have made her very tense and a little bit unhappy. She doesn't really want to go to school right now. She kind of just wants to stay home and wallow in her bad feelings, but she's feeling a little bit trapped. She wants to talk to her dad, talk to her mom about it, but her mom, is dealing with being like, she doesn't know her mom's pregnant yet, so it's not really quite that. She knows her mom's kind of consumed with house stuff, her dad's consumed with work stuff. She doesn't want to worry them. That's always been her bag. But Yume, look at her having that pregnancy glow. Love it for her. But she's going to get ready. She's going to get prepared and get ready for her day. Now that she's pregnant, she wants to take good care of her body. So she's actually going to go out and do some hiking to get her blood flowing. And she thinks it's going to be really great for the baby.
If you need to learn how to talk to a lady, ask your mum.
So, Hana is still receiving text messages from Kiyoshi, and like, she's at her wit's end with this. He keeps texting her and he won't leave her alone, and he kind of invited himself over, and she's at her wit's end with that, and like figured like, look, let me just let him come over, and my mom's here, so I don't feel as weirded out because I have her here as a buffer. Maybe she can act as a way to deter him or get him to go. And Yume is seeing that Kiyoshi is here, and she's like, you know what, let me talk to him, because it is a little bit strange that he has been coming over a lot. So she's coming over, getting to know Kiyoshi, just asking him some questions. She's like, hi Kiyoshi, it's nice that you've been coming over and spending time with the family. I know you come from a really good family. I just want to try and get to know you a little bit better, because it just seems like you've been over a lot. And Kiyoshi's being very forthright with her and just telling her everything that she wants to know, while Hana's over here feeling a little bit more free and carefree to be silly now that her mom's here. And she's like thinking, okay, great, now mom's gonna kind of diffuse this whole situation. Maybe I won't feel as bad. And now Kiyoshi's out and like invading her space again. So she stopped. She's like, yeah. So she's going to talk to mom and say, yeah, so what have you been talking to Kiyoshi about? And look, Hiro's home. So Hiro is back home, and he actually worked late. He's feeling very tense, but since he worked late, he's obviously going to apologize to his wife, and he brought with him an apology gift for working overnight, which I love that little detail with the salary person career, that if they work late, they'll sometimes come home with gifts to their spouses to apologize. But Hiro's actually noticing now that Kiyoshi's here. He's asking Yume, she's like, so yeah, what's Kiyoshi doing here? And Yume's like, you know, he came over after Hana came back from school. I'm not really sure why, but, you know, maybe you could talk to him. But Kiyoshi is really invading Hana's space again. She's just like trying to ignore him and do her homework, but he's just lurking and behind her. And this is starting to become very invasive for her. It's making her nervous, and as you can see, she's so tense. She's like, why is he behind me? Why is he always around? Why is he always texting me? Why is he always coming over? And she's feeling now like her parents aren't really getting it. They're not really getting it. I don't think, really understand how uncomfortable she is with this. And it's clear because Yume just came into the room and she's having a conversation with a normal conversation with Kiyoshi, just saying, you know, asking him more about his day and getting to know more about him and his family. But she's not really addressing the elephant in the room, which is like Kiyoshi seems to keep on coming over specifically to see Hana, and she's not getting it. And she's pregnant and she's really consumed with growing the baby, growing the family, having this heir. So it's obvious that Yume wouldn't really understand, or like it would kind of fly over her head that she's not really getting or seeing right now that her daughter's uncomfortable. But I think that's something they're really going to have to work on and figure out, because this is a problem and everybody's so consumed in their own worlds of doing this, that, and the third that they're not really seeing how Hana's being impacted negatively by this. She's kind of fallen through the cracks as far as her feelings concerned, and I feel really bad for her, because like her parents dealing with their own life stuff, such as getting promotions and growing babies, shouldn't be overtaken keeping up with their daughter and understanding that she's not okay. She's just trying now to just play and forget about it, but it's still playing in the back of her mind. She's like, what am I gonna do? Maybe this will all blow over, and she's hoping for it right now, because she like, this is all making her feel uncomfortable and she doesn't know what to do with these feelings. She's just trying to like play it out and hope that they go away, and thank goodness Kiyoshi's going home now, so she's able to relax a little bit more now. And there's that. So it's the next day now, and Yume is actually planning on going out and meeting the neighbors. Now that she is growing a new life, she wants to get to know more of the people in town and get to know the other families and see how they're handling like their growing families. She only has a single daughter, and some of the other families in the area have more than one kid, so she wants to see how their lives are, become friends with them, and you know, she's hopeful that this will help her figure out how she can manage her life with more than one kid now that she's having a baby. She's going out to just like, she wants to change into an outfit that will impress their new friends in the neighborhood. So I'm gonna have her go to the dresser and kind of go and pick out a new outfit.
If I could tell you, I would. Honestly, no secrets between us, no, it's just honesty. Even if it hurts, even if it's just for today. I know you're just here for good fun. It's over before it's begun. So don't let me fall for a figment of my imagination. Don't be a stranger. Let me get to know ya. There's a kind of danger when my mind starts to wander round and around, trying to figure you out. Would it be like to be? Would it be like to be yours? Would it be like to...
So it looks like Hiro got a new opportunity to write an article, and he thinks this is actually a good idea because he wants to impress his bosses. So he's going to write this article and see if that kind of gives him an edge in the company, because he does really want to do well and stand out and just like excel. So I'm gonna have him go ahead and write the article, And unfortunately, it did have the unfortunateness. He does have the fame level, but it does have the unfortunateness of now he's been demoted at work. So that's actually not so much of a good thing. Last episode, we celebrated him having a promotion, and now he's gonna have to deal with the fact that he got demoted. So I don't know how that's gonna go. And I think for now, Hiro is probably gonna keep it from the family. Yume is actually going to make something to eat before she heads out and meets the neighbors. It looks like they got fined for some eco-lifestyle stuff, but I'm not gonna worry about that right now. I'm gonna have her go ahead and make something to eat before she goes out to meet the neighbors, and hopefully get to meet one of the families that oh no no no, so that's a problem. So it looks like Yume's gonna have to work on her cooking skill because she just burnt up the stove, and considering they're like barely making ends meet as it is, they're not gonna be like, I can't afford this. Can't afford this. I'm gonna replace this counter right now, but we can't afford to replace the stove right now. So because Yume burnt up the stove and like it put her kind of out an edge, I ended up just having her invite some of the neighbors over instead of going out to meet them, and Kiyoshi actually just came over on his own again. So it's putting Hana in another weird situation where she's on edge because he's just always around. He never leaves her alone. He always comes over. So I'm hoping that Hiro and Yume will actually recognize that this is impacting her and do something about it, because she's just always on edge. And they're all having hot pot together, and she's talking to a few of the neighbors. Funnily enough, it seems like the patriarch of the Ito family is not here, but the wife and the son are, and then one of the other neighbors is there as well, and they're all just enjoying each other, eating hot pot, because Hiro is working late again, so she's actually having hot pot with these neighbors in lieu of having a family dinner. And actually, one of Hana's other classmates came over, and she's kind of using that classmate now as a buffer to not have to talk to Kiyoshi or engage with this hot pot thing right now, because she's still feeling uncomfortable and tense, and it's starting to like create a wedge between her and her parents, and especially her mom, because she's feeling like her mom's not as connected to her because of the new baby. But I did have Yume invite over one of the neighbors now, and they're gonna have some tea together. This is she's part of one of the families that I moved into one of the other households to kind of populate this world. But they actually have a little girl, a little daughter. So since she has like a toddler, she wanted to talk to her to kind of put her more back in the mindset of raising a little one, because it's been a minute since Hana has been a tiny teeny baby, and so she wanted to meet her and become friends. She's telling her about how she's pregnant because, you know, they just met and she did not know, and she's obviously very happy for her that she's pregnant, and she's just asking her about, like, so how are things with your little girl, how are things with your little one, or like, has it been rough, is it tough? And she's like, you know how it is, like, you have a kid, it's the same thing it's got its differences, but you know, it's always going to have its challenges when you have a little one running around. And they're just really bonding and getting to know each other. Yume really is enjoying her company and really just liking having mommy time, getting to know somebody else, that type of mommy time, rather than the mommy time that's keeping up a household. I think her meeting the neighbors and everyone in the neighborhood and becoming friends with everyone has really made her realize how much she's been not connecting with other adults and doing things outside of just maintaining a home. And She's hoping that with this new child, hopefully the son, it'll allow her the space to finally have a life that's not just in the household. So to commemorate their new friendship, she's gonna go ahead and take a selfie with her new friend. And unfortunately, because I have Slice of Life installed, it looks like her new friend went and badly fixed her makeup in the mirror, so they're gonna have a shot with her with bad makeup. But right now that can't be my problem. That's a good shot. It's good enough. So it looks like Hana came home. This time, she did come home with Nanami. So Nanami is the little sister of Kiyoshi. So when Hana invited her over, she didn't actually realize at first that she was Kiyoshi's sister. And so, since she's been over and they've been talking and getting to know each other, she actually did find out that she's like, oh yeah, and you know, my big brother, Kiyoshi. And then they kind of had like a weird moment. She's like, Kiyoshi's your brother? And so now this kind of put Hana on notice for Nanami of like, I don't know if I can be friends with her now, because if she's Kiyoshi's little sister and we become good friends, then like that might signal for Kiyoshi to come over more often, and I don't really want that. And she just seems so sad. I feel so bad for her. Look at her face. And of course her mom again is not really noticing how upset her daughter is. So it's gonna have to be something that they talk about and sort through, and I hope in the next episode we can deal with that. But as always, stay safe, stay healthy, and of course stay dazzled. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.
Face. Girl, you told me that's what you needed. Lied to my face. Yeah, 'cause you were coward and that was easy.